Good evening, welcome to January 20th, Board of Public Works and Safety. All rise for pledge allegiance, led by Diane Phillips.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you'd like to stand for the invocation, Pastor.
Thank you. Don Miller sent me a little article from Barbados. He's basking in the sun while we're in this frigid weather. So I would like to read that. Remember every kindness due to you, whatever its measure. Remember praise by others and pass it on with pleasure. Remember those who lend you aid and be a grateful debtor. Remember all the happiness that comes your way in living. Forget each worry and distress. Be hopeful and forgiving. Remember good. Remember truth. Remember heavens above you, and you will find through age and youth true joy and hearts to love you. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, as we remember where good and truth and love come from, we bow our heads in gratitude. My prayer is that we will never forget where all good things come from, as well as the sacrifice that has been given to keep it. Tonight, as we continue with the business at hand, we thank you for this board and all of the city employees who serve our community. Each one plays an important role for our continued success. May they and their families experience your hand of blessing as they do their best to increase the quality of safety and the pursuit of happiness. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone. We will begin with roll call.
Becky Gibson. Present. Diana Phillips.
Present.
Jim Barrett.
Here. Okay, everyone has the minutes for the January 5th meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those?
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on down to new business. First item, we have the community crossings bid opening. First one from Paul Rowe.
Paul Rowe.
$555,977.56.
Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that.
$555,977.56.
Thank you. Next one's from Milestone.
Milestone Contractors, $582,195.35.
Again,
$582,195.35.
thank you. Next one's Robertson Paving.
$692,971.
Next one's from Dave O'Meara Contracting.
Dave O'Meara is $524,724.20.
Next one is from All Star Paving.
All-Star Paving, $648,252.95.
Next one is from DC Construction.
DC Construction, $623,674.20. I goof you up.
Yep.
Is that all? Okay, we will send these to Butler Fairman, they will take these under advisement, and we will let everyone know next meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, move on down, we have Director Wilson.
Good evening.
You want these? Awesome.
Oh.
I just now saw her.
Yeah, you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sewer push cam quote, we've been having some issues with our sewer camera. The head's been failing on it, it's been intermittent, between, recordings. We've patched it together for about a year or so now. Running out of parts, can't get parts. The vendors that we used to use are no longer servicing this area, so we found another vendor. They're just in Harrison. We recently purchased a locator from them, and they seem to have it pretty much together over there. I mean, a great warranty. They rebuild the equipment there, and it's about 55 minutes away drive time, so they will respond to us as well if something goes wrong with their equipment. They come and bring us a replacement until ours is fixed. So they're pretty local for what it is. We couldn't even find a couple other camera places with relationships like we used to have, because I'm not sure if the business is changing, but our two previous vendors no longer do the district here in Indiana. So looking to it's not quite at that threshold in that budget, but it is close enough. I wanted to get board approval before we purchase the camera. We use it weekly, sometimes daily, so it's a very important piece of equipment that we use to find failures in the sewer pipes and in the infrastructure, to look for roots, fissure cracks in the pipe, bellies, and if there's blockages. So we use it quite often. It's a valuable piece of equipment. So just an update to the board and asking for approval to move forward with this purchase.
Is there anything different about this camera versus the?
Yeah, so new technologies versus the other one. Wi-Fi capabilities, you can connect to your phone, you can connect to the tablet. They're just, for the videoing purposes, you can mark them where you're at. That stuff's valuable as well for IDEM, because they request that yearly, excuse me, that we get across a certain amount of footage videoed per year. I think within 5 years, we're supposed to have the whole infrastructure videoed. So it has a bunch of, there's other things too that I know I'm missing, but it has all the bells and whistles with it. Locating, you can still locate it. If you get through somewhere, trace it out, you can say, hey, I'm 192 feet north of manhole at said intersection. So it has I think they call them a sound or a sound, whatever on the end of it, that is compatible with our locator. So
no other equipment's needed for this? We can use.
nope, this is,
So this quote is for $94.69.99.
yep.
Actually, this is a valuable tool for the utilities. I remember when they first, prior to the utilities getting the camera, they had to hire a company to come in to do this. So I'll make a motion we approve the director's request.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Trash collection, 3030 Western Avenue. It's the new, it used to be the Whitewater Regional, and now it's Kimba. They were just requesting a toter, so approval to offer them a toter, regular trash, business trash.
And
You wanna do both of them?
1826 to 1834 Virginia, just a regular trash toter as well.
I move to approve both requests.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
The door jam repair, the transfer station, Chad and I have talked about different ways to get rid of that center partition, as far as doing maybe a hanger door or a fold-up door that goes up and just totally deleting that center part. The loader hits it, customers hit it. It's been hit several times, been repaired several times, so I just wanted to give it to you guys so you could see the cost of repairs, and maybe in the future we can talk about trying to figure something out to get rid of that center partition between door 1 and door 2, and that would even more open up the area for the transfer station when people maybe have difficulties or don't see very well backing up. That big center beam that gets the 2 doors together won't be there in the way. So just looking for approval to move forward with this bid to repair the door jamb, so that way the door will shut. We had overhead door there. They don't make those kind of repairs. There has to be some welding and some other fabrication that they can't do.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Move on to Chief Jones. Uh-oh. Getting toned out, never fails. Are you good?
I had to check, make sure you didn't have to leave real quick.
It never fails.
Yeah. Due to the upcoming retirement of Battalion Chief McFarland, I will have an opening for promotion to fill his slot. I have with me today Captain Bolander. Jacob has been on the department he'll be 10 years this year. He's an excellent firefighter. He's been an excellent captain, organizes training on his shift very well, and has the respect of all of his peers, and I would like to recommend Jacob to be promoted to Battalion Chief.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
Hello, Nate.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
We'll do the swearing in right after Board of Works meeting's over.
We're just going to take
I don't think we
pictures
have
and
it.
his badge.
We haven't been swearing.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to department reports, the Parks Department, Director Steele.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Go Hoosiers. I'll say
Thank
that.
Thank you.
That was a great
Waiting
game.
for that.
It was fun.
Yep, it was great. So I'll start out with my report, and then I'll give my annual impact report after that, if that's okay. This month and probably next month is just a little bit slower for us. We don't have a lot going on, but we have a lot of planning to prepare for the summer. So, we are currently now taking lifeguard applications, because we have to get that scheduled for certifications. So, as of today, Kelly had 13, that were either part of them were coming back or new ones that want to be certified. So we're working towards that. 18 to 20 is a really good number for us, for having lifeguards at the pool. So that is something that we're currently doing right now. And then Logan is working with Summer Discovery to see who's coming back before we put out application openings, because we always offer to previous year counselors. So we want to check on that first before we open that up for new applicants. We did something new this year. We're doing an all sports registration opening right now. So usually we do it prior to the start of the season. So we would do like one sport at a time registration. But what we've found in the years past is deadlines seem to be hard to meet. And so we wanted to give everyone a fair opportunity to have plenty of time to get registered. So we decided at the first of the year that we were going to open up all of our sports, youth sports registrations. So even if you want to play boys basketball in the winter time for this next season, you can register now. If you want to play fall soccer, you can register now. So all of those registrations are open. You can go to the website and get the link there to go on and register, or you can call the office. However you want to register, you can do that. And we will be putting out individual starts of the youth sports as those times come along. So, but all registrations are open now. Something else I have been working on was our annual impact report, which I'll report on in just a minute. We are gonna switch things up with our Easter event this year. In the past 3 years, we've done an event in the gym, where we have different vendors come in and set up booths and hand out activities, candy, games, things like that. And we have decided to switch that up this year, and we're gonna do an Easter egg hunt, along with pictures with the Easter Bunny. So the Easter egg hunt is going to be on March 28th, and I will present more details in the coming months on that. So we're gonna do that this year. And then our pool, we have been collaborating with the Whitewater Career Center, the construction class, and we are going to be working with them to build a cabana or 2 for the pool season. We will rent those out to individuals on a daily basis. They can rent them either a half day or a full day as they're there at the pool. A lot of parents have expressed interest in wanting more shade and that they would be willing to pay for it. So, we are also going to do a sponsorship each summer. So, we will accept a summer sponsorship where a business or an individual could come in. They could sponsor the cabana for the whole year. That would give them naming rights for the whole year, and then they will receive 1 free pool party for that, plus all of our marketing that we do on social media and different things like that, they will get recognition for. So that's something that we are working with the Career Center on. They're very excited about building those. They actually brought in a miniature replica of a cabana for us to see. And it was really neat. So they're very excited about building that, and it's something that they will be able to tell people that their class helped build it. So it's really cool. That's all I have for that. So we'll move into my annual impact report. Couple things that I wanted to do this year is just represent the different numbers, the impact that the Parks Department has for our community. I feel like that's very important, that people see how we impact, how we service our community. And so, to start off with, that first page, page number 1, the state of Indiana, Indiana Parks and Recreation, they also did an impact study last year. And they took data from all the counties and collected that to represent the importance of parks in cities. And so I wanted to just bounce off of that and come down on a local level and give everyone some numbers to look at. So on a local impact level, we had over 5,000 individuals impacted by our sports, by our activities that we offered, all of our events, and living well, aging well, and any other activities that we did this past year in 2025. We had 118 summer discovery registrations. We had over 609 volunteers that came out in some way, form, or to volunteer at the Parks Department. We had 42 dog memberships, 875 rentals, 93% growth in our social media following, which was huge this year. And I know John's reported a lot on that this year as well. But it really started for us, and I'll talk in a minute about that, is mainly in August is when we saw that huge growth in social media. And we have 6 board members, and they will be returning this year in 2026. We had $1.6 million in total park improvements in 2025. And we had 14 weekly activities for Living Well, Aging Well, 243 individuals that participated throughout the year, and received $19,000 from Community Engagement for our Living Well, Aging Well program. We also had 1,415 youth sign up for sports this in 2025. 356 adults sign up for sports and 276 volunteers. I also listed off all of our rentals there. You can see that as well. I won't go through and name all of that. For our sports, I just want to point out, this is page 3 that I am on. Our sports are a very important piece to our community. We have a lot of people that participate, a lot of youth that participate, but also adults. And a question I get asked all the time is, can we do better? Well, yes, of course we can do better, but what I want everyone to understand is that all of our sports are ran by volunteers. And we would not be able to offer our sports if we did not have our volunteers. And that is a huge, huge piece in being able to offer all the sports that we offer for our community, which in a parks department is very rare. Not all parks departments across the state of Indiana offer any sports for their youth program, or for their youth. So just think of it on that level, as we had 276 adults volunteer their time to coach our youth. That's a lot. And then we had 3,792 hours that was put into our youth program. That's a lot of hours. So a lot of times we get asked, I even had it come across today, a phone call, why can't you just get a high school student to volunteer to coach? Or why can't you have the National Honor Society volunteer? Well, that's a lot of time that I would have to ask that one student to volunteer in our youth program, because we have multiple nights a week practices, Saturday games. That's a lot of hours. So it really does take a lot of work to go into our sports programs. So if you ever hear of anyone that coaches, please tell them thank you, because it is a lot of hard work and they put in a lot of time. We had one guy this year, he coached in one season, girls basketball, 4 teams. So that's a lot of his time and hours that he put into coaching. And he did that because he has a passion for it, but he also wants to help out in our sports programs. So we truly appreciate that. And I want to stress that, because our sports program, it takes a lot of effort to put it on, and they put in a lot of hours to be able to make that happen. The pool impact for last year, I put the chart down there for our yearly revenue, because I've been tracking it. The data that I found before I started, I could only find so much, but from 23, 24, and 25, I've been tracking it, and so I wanted to show you the revenue versus expenses. So we have really been working hard on trying to turn that around. You can see the expenses are in the red, and the red line, and we have always had more expenses than we did revenue. But last year, we are getting really close to passing our expenses. So we're working really hard in changing that. We have some changes that we're going to do this year, and we hope that that will help increase our revenue and decrease our expenses. So we really hope that that will happen. We had last year 3 managers, 17 lifeguards, 12 guest services, which were like our cashiers and concession workers, and then 23 volunteers that helped out either at the beginning of the season to help get the pool ready and cleaned up, or at the end of the season to close the pool down. So that was a huge help for us. We were open 72 days this last summer, which was also a great turnaround from years past, which there's been multiple things happen in the years past to cause it to close. So we're just really working hard on changing some of that around to the positive for the pool. Summer Discovery, we had 3 managers, 13 counselors, and 50 on average daily campers last summer. And we had 118 registers. So how that works, is that you can register, but you don't have to come every day. We had some that registered the last week because they wanted to be there for all the activities that go on during the last week. And so, we take the registrations throughout the entire summer, so that fluctuates a little bit, on our numbers as well. We had 24 planned activities and 64 days that we accepted campers through the summer. And the activities, they range anywhere from, they get 2 days a week to go swimming at the pool. They go to the movies every Wednesday. And we did a field trip with them this summer. We had the fire department come out. We had a lady come and do bus safety, and which we had a lot of feedback on that. They said that it doesn't happen all the time for bus safety, and so to just reinstill that into the kids, that was it was a positive thing that we were able to offer that. Roots comes and they do STEM activities with the kids throughout the summertime as well. And there's probably multiple other things that I'm missing that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But it is truly a great program. This year in 2026, we get to celebrate 15 years of Summer Discovery being at the Parks Department. So we're excited about that. We hope to have some great things planned this summer, and possibly a reunion. So we hope to make that happen. Living Well, Aging Well is continuing to grow. This is our third year, really our second year of really instilling programs and promoting it and just really getting it out there into the community. So the numbers you see in the orange beside each activity, that's how many participated in those activities throughout the year. We do have a lot of regular people that come on a daily, weekly basis to participate. Something new that we started was Painting with Crystal, and she comes once or twice a month to do an art painting with everyone, and that has been a huge hit. There's been times where we've had, I think we had 30 in attendance one time, so which is really big for the activities that we offer. So that is really taken off a lot. And then chair yoga, same thing. We've had a huge attendance for chair yoga. And then last summer we offered water yoga, and that everybody loved that. So we're excited to be able to offer that again this summer. Is water yoga, along with other activities that they are having fun doing, and we'll continue those. We put a monthly calendar out every month, and we also put it on our website for all of the activities, and then we put it in the newspaper as well for Living Well, Aging Well activities. Park improvements. So some things that we did last year. Last year was a big year. We had $1.6 million in park improvements. So some of those things that are included in that is the J. Long Memorial 2nd Street Park. We opened on April 16th of last year. And that was something that was started, the project was started and began a partnership with Purdue back in 2019. So that was a long time project, and we were really, really excited to get that off and running. The train brought family members in of Joel Long, and they loved that. It was a beautiful day. But it was well celebrated. And then we had the completion of Offutt's Park and our fitness trail. And we did the grand opening of that on October 2nd. That was part of an Okra grant that we received to finish that park out. And then some other things that we did as park improvements was the structural flooring of the beams in the Roberts Building. We did a 5-year comprehensive park plan. We installed security cameras throughout Roberts Park. We put new doors and a new kitchen at the Miller Building. We installed new locks on multiple park buildings and restrooms throughout, not just Roberts Park, but at our ball fields as well. We refurbished the slides at the pool. We sealed the pickleball courts. That was with help from the pickleball club. They volunteered their time to come and seal those courts. Lots of hours. They did a good job. We hope in the future to get some funding so that we can resurface the courts altogether. They really do need painted. So that'll be something hopefully in the future we can look at doing. And let's see, I think that was it. Those were the large things that we did. So it totaled a little over 1.6 million for all of those projects. Social media, like I said earlier, our following has increased tremendously, really since August when we started doing the This Week at the Park. That has really taken off. People love hearing about the news that's happening at the park. They feel like we're being very transparent. They feel like we're providing them news and staying up to date, keeping them up to date on what's going on. We've had a lot of feedback, people calling in, people emailing, people stopping in and telling us how much they really appreciate This Week at the Park. So that will continue on in 2026, and we hope to still have a high ranking in our views. Community partners, these were all of the sponsors or people that gave their time for helping out at the Parks Department, whether it was in kind, whether it was some kind of a donation or sponsorship. So we had over $50,000 in sponsorships. A lot of that goes to the sports programs. For each sport and that people sponsor for a team. And then all of the other things that we offer throughout the year, like our events or Living Well, Aging Well, Summer Discovery, different things like that. Once again, I just showed pictures of all of the different volunteers that we have. But we had 609 volunteers this year. Throughout the year with we had Community Service Day, we had Spartan Service Day, and then all of our events. Those are all volunteers that participate in the events. We painted, a lot of different things happened. So we are very, very thankful for all the volunteers. I threw in there on page 11 just some community comments that we received throughout the year. And then just some extra pictures and a thank you for supporting the Parks Department in 2025. So that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
It's a great report. Yeah,
Thank
you have copies of it at Millerville, at your office?
I do, yes.
Because people should take a look at that, because what you've done is really great. It's a great
Thank you.
asset for the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good 2026.
Thank you.
Chief Jones.
Hello again.
Good evening.
The monthly report for the Connersville Fire Department for December. Start off with our overtime. We had a total of $3,225.49. The manpower shortage portion of that was $2,263.57. And the scheduled overtime portion was $961.92. If you move over, you see the total for the year is obviously quite a bit higher than the previous years, a total of $175,165.18. The actual manpower portion of that for being short on manpower was just a shade under 149,000. And that was all due to, we had 4 retirements, we had 2 individuals that decided to go to other departments, and then at one point in time, we did have 2 firefighters on sick leave too. So there was one point in time throughout the year we were actually 8 short. And then the new hires obviously takes about 5-6 months to train. Luckily, we had 2 transfers that came in and helped us out, and those worked out great. So, but those are the reasons for the increased overtime for the year of '25. Any questions on the overtime? Fuel usage for December, we used 417 gallons of fuel for a cost of $1,517.14. The total gallons, the fuel that we used for the year, 5,394 gallons of fuel for a total fuel cost of $19,250.55. Incidents for December, we had a total of 150. 26 of those were fire and rescue related incidents, 119 were EMS related incidents, and we had 5 auto accidents. The year total ended up at 1,835 incidents. Total incidents, 360 of those were fire and rescue related, 1,379 were EMS related, and we had a total of 96 auto accidents. Training hours, in December we had a total of 58 instructed training hours. 41 of those were fire related training, and 17 were EMS related training hours. Totals for the year, 794 and a half hours of instructed training, 110 and a half hours was EMS related training, and then 684 fire related training. We had 8 fire inspections for the month of December, and a total of 134 inspections for the year. We didn't have any fire investigation for the month of December, but we had 90 and a half total hours for the year. A few notes I have at the end. We did visit the E1 factory in Florida last week to inspect our new ladder truck. That's part of the process. They figured that in the price. When they quote you the price, they figured, you know, a trip down to inspect it, obviously, before they bring it all the way up here. It was myself, Nate, and then Brian, the chief mechanic, went. Brian was great. He's worked in fire trucks, worked on fire trucks for a long, long time, so he's actually already familiar with that plant, and he'd been down there before. So the inspection went real well. It's a very, very nice truck. We had a couple little minor things that they were going to change, and then we got some seating arrangements we're going to change, but it should be on its way up here to fire service that we actually purchased the truck from, where they're going to do the seating changes. But very, very nice truck. We took it out, we pumped on it. It's a 75-foot ladder. I went to the top, you know, we flew through water with it. Didn't move much at all. I was very impressed. It's the guys are going to like it a lot. So we had a pretty good trip. So any questions on the truck? Update on the hiring process. I'm still waiting on one of the packets from Public Safety Medical to come back to then hopefully forward that to PERF. We had one packet that did not come back recommended, so one out of the 2 that we sent, hopefully we can send to PERF and get moving in the process. And then the committee has decided that we're going to hold another process for the remaining openings. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Director Wilson, won't you come on up? Chief McCreary is sick, so he's not able to come, so I'll just read off a few things and you get started. So on their report, the total incidents for the year for police department was 8,343 incidents. Total drug collections was 241 grams of marijuana, 47 grams of heroin fentanyl, which that is a lot, 76.9 grams of meth, 8.5 grams of cocaine, 85 pills. So that was your year on the drug collections. If you look at the ordinance violations, make sure I'm looking at it right. He had 182 total ordinance violations that he addressed. So that's a lot for one person to manage, but he's doing a great job. So we'll move on to utilities.
The utilities monthly for December, we pumped over 80 million gallons. The water plant there on Park Road. Our high pump day was December 11th, 2.9 million gallons. The low day was the 2nd of December with 2.4 million gallons. Our wastewater treatment plant took in a total of 132 million gallons for the month. We treated, and what left the plant was 69.87 million gallons. We had a total of 2 inches of rainfall for the month of December. It was over 6,000 pounds of phosphorus chemicals, and we had 0 violations. And then the water plant, our new well 6 has finally been released. I mean, just was waiting on another piece of paperwork from IDEM, but we are totally done with all that, so that well is up, running, and totally released from any more formality type paperwork for the state. So we're through that.
I think on the, not to interrupt, but on the ordinance violations, I think it's 719 ordinance violations, it's at the top. The 180.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, the 182
I looked at
was
the wrong
just the
number.
trash and rubbish, it was
Yeah,
719.
sorry, you are
total.
correct. I looked at it wrong.
So that's a lot.
And he was off for a couple months with
Right,
surgery, so,
right.
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Street department, continue to pick up leaves. I think we're pretty much done with leaves now for the season. The curb lines, continue to pick those up. We're running our routes again on the catch basins because that paperwork gets reported to IDEM. We kind of fell away from that. We've re-implemented it. And then yard waste pickup, in-house cleanup, cleaning trucks, implementing some new policies and procedures around the street department. And then the compost we opened up for another few days right there. Usually the first, second week of January after Christmas, we get that opportunity for people to set their Christmas trees, live trees, and out by the trash can, and we will pick them up. They'll call and get on a list, or we just open up the compost. They go in, they throw them in. So the compost is now officially closed for the season as well. Any questions on anything with the street department? We are tracking a winter storm, possible Friday, well, Saturday, possibly. It's all hypothetical right now, but they should know more concrete numbers tomorrow. But several inches of snow possible for our area. We do have all the trucks ready. The mechanics department is ready. We have schedules going out for rotations for truck drivers. So once we get more concrete information on the snow, we'll just kind of attack it as we get it. So we are ready. The transfer station, we took in 445 ton. From street and sanitation, public disposal was 359 ton. We did 804 ton total to the landfill, and we recycled 8 ton. Does anybody have any questions on the transfers or any of those reports? Thank you.
Thank you.
Guess have a good evening.
30,000.
I'll do my monthly report first, then I gotta go push another button over there.
You get high tech on us.
For the month of December,
Did you offer that to everybody else?
they all know. And you're referring to the graphic I put up on the screen,
Yeah.
which we'll see in a minute. For the month of December, we have 5 hours, 40 minutes of meeting production, 9 hours, 39 minutes of original production, 12,950 views on YouTube with 1,424 hours of watch time. Top content, no surprise, Market Street Plaza Live. People love to watch that. I like to watch it when I'm at home and see if it's snowing downtown. So, I think a lot of people that are out of town like to tune into that too to see what's happening in Connersville. So,
Can you see the TVs from there?
a little bit,
So you can see the IU stuff.
yeah, you can. It's kind of-
They're ignoring me.
The second content, we started doing a weekly listing of new movies for Showtime Cinemas here in town to try and help them out. They're also advertising with us now for Spartan Sports, so it's kind of a trade-off there. And people are really paying attention to that. We post it weekly on Facebook, and people are liking that. They like to see what's happening, and we put the Showtimes with that as well. And then the other top content is boys basketball versus Indy Metro. Facebook, we had 476,000 views on the police department for last month, and 200,000 views on the parks department. So as usual, they're doing very well. Any questions on the monthly report? And then I gotta go push a button. So give me just a second.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change his logo to red and white instead of black and gold.
Well, you know, it has nothing to do with Purdue per se.
Well, it does today.
I did attend the University of Central Florida, which happens to have the exact same colors. So I don't know if I could be responsible for that. for the annual report and for those who are watching at home. This shows the government meetings for the year. City of Connersville had 95 meetings, county had 80, school board had 14 for a total of 189 meetings. That's 138 hours of production time for meeting coverage. And you can see the at the bottom left there that the city makes up about half of those meetings. But when you look at the overall time, the county actually takes up half the amount of time. So their meetings just run a lot longer. They go through a lot more. And then for comparison from year to year, as you can see, due to the state live streaming law, we've increased from 57 city meetings to 95. And of course, the county meetings went from 59 to 80. School board has increased from 12 to 14, and they're going to add another 4 this year because they're going to start meeting on a quarterly basis in addition to the regular meetings. So we'll be covering those as well. Community programming delivered 111 hours of locally produced programming, including 24 sports live broadcasts, 50 episodes of Crafty Corner, which are actually pretty impressive. Those usually run about 5 to 7 minutes, and it's just the right amount of time for kids to do a craft. If you haven't checked that out, do so. We've got all the archives for that on our YouTube channel as well, so you can do that. And then that's in cooperation with the library. Then also we've got Storytime Express, which is the library reading stories, 23 episodes of Sports Report, 21 episodes of Healthy Fayette County, and On the Spot, which is also very popular. On the Spot features local people who are doing interesting things, extraordinary things. The current episode is on the new facility north of town for recovery, Crossroads Recovery. So it's very interesting to see what's happening there. YouTube analytics. On YouTube, we had 108,000 total views for the year, 14,323 watch hours. That's a lot. We have 4,268 subscribers. And the number one is the Market Street Live Cam. So people really enjoy watching that. We had a gymnastics meet we did last year that was very popular. Promenade is always popular. And then, of course, the opening basketball game. And then we did a tour of the new Reed Connersville. So we just went through, they pointed out what's going to happen where, and people were able to get a good look at that in advance. And of course, they're going to be doing their grand opening here very soon, so you can actually walk through. So it'll be very interesting there. But that's been very popular. And analytics-wise, Spartan Sports, it does extremely well. 28,679 views for the year on that playlist. And then community events was next, and of course that's things like graduation and other things like that. Then following that, you can see Crafty Corner, very popular. School board meetings, city council. We did a little bit of other programming like Connersville Looking Back. And then the Commissioners Council and the Spartan Sports Report, which we do weekly. On Facebook, now this is pretty much everybody. And Marla talked about the parks here a little bit. This is for the year. We had 7.5 million views on Facebook for the year over all departments. So you can see how important getting out there with Facebook is. And if you notice, the police department had 3 million views for the year, parks 2.4 million, city of Connersville 722,000, and yet you can see on down, it kind of drops down there. But the real question is, what content are they looking at? So we know from what Marla told us earlier, they really like the videos that they put out weekly, and we work with them on that. So you can see what's happening in the park. And the parks this year has really ramped up a lot of their programming and letting people know and communicating on social media. And what we found when I looked at it closer is that people are looking at particularly road level conditions. That was number one on social media. They wanted to know if they had to go to work or not. And it's hard to tell, so they're checking in with the city to find out. And also they're interested as far as the police on arrest news. Of course, park department is updates on contests or content happening in the park. Any vandalism that happens in the park, people in the community are interested and want to know what's happening with that. City of Connersville, again, road level conditions. And then updates from Market Street Plaza. Now, what that is that when an event happens there, if we put out live content, people love that. And I think that maybe helps people actually come and join the event too. EMS, again, road level conditions, and the fire department is a little different. Anytime they announce hiring, the whole community wants to know about it. And of course, they also want to know what's happening with local fire news, updates, rewards on things like that as well. And that's my annual report. Any questions?
Very
Very
good.
good.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chief Arden.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nice to see everybody still awake. Had a long night. All right, everyone should have a copy of my December report. We had a total of 350 calls for service, which has been about average for December. We ended the year with 3,905 calls for service. I think it was down just a little bit year over year, but still real close. I'll have my 2025 report for you guys next month. While I have like call numbers, I have that. What I wait on is the financials because of the billing. Try to give them as much time to get those worked out as I can. So it won't change the amount of revenue for the year, but it does change kind of some of the schematics and where different funds are coming from. So we had a total of 49,450 miles. That was across all vehicles. You see my fuel usage, and we ended the year, the fuel tax rebate was $2,819.98. I don't have a lot of extra stuff. There's, December's kind of a slower month, kind of winding down. January, I'm gonna have quite a bit for you. So, does anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to old business. Anyone in the old business? Miscellaneous business? Claims.
Claims for January 20th, 2026, city, $217,709.27. Payroll, $1,071,684.88. Utilities, $532,511.33.
Have a motion to approve claims?
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on down to public. Anyone from the public have anything to say? If not, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Have a good evening.